MI versus RCB, an epic showdown. Then Yellow Storm takes over Mullapur, New Chandigarh, where Chennai Super Kings MS Dhoni walk out to take on the Punjab Kings. And then the fiercest clash in India, Mumbai versus Delhi, to conclude the week.
Oh, yes, and we've got a superb cast in our house today. In fact, we're just going to keep it very simple. Very, very simple. No, we're not going to keep it simple. It's just down to the colors, red or blue today. If you're supporting the blue unit, hands up.
Blue unit. MI, guys.
Has to be.
4. I think it's already a given. 4 for MI. Wait. 2 for RCB or Nota? Are you not voting?
Yeah. Voting.
No, 2 for RCB. All right, good.
You're asking us one word.
4-2.
No, we were asking one question. Okay, so 4 for RCB with Viru Paji just, confusing that. Okay. Let's reset. One word answers. Gentlemen, whatever comes to mind. Water, step up to the plate, please. Who's going to score more runs today? Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli?
Virat Kohli.
Okay.
That was 2, sorry.
Good job, Water.
Who could be the X factor for the Mumbai Indians if they have to win?
Jasprit Bumrah.
He's back. Boom is back. They're putting out videos all over.
PC, battle to watch out for today.
For me, it's Virat versus Bumrah because 2 of the best in the business. So for me, look out for these 2.
That was easy.
Robin Uthappa without the mustache, Gen Bowl captain, Hardik Pandya or Rajat Patidar?
Rajat Patidar.
Oh,
my loyalty is clear, guys. I'm going RCB today.
But you started with the Mumbai Indian, no?
No, RCB.
He said RCB.
Sir, we won't let him back in Bangalore if he doesn't pick RCB. Sheripa.
Is to get it true patriot.
True.
It's like saying, my mother, good or bad. So therefore, he's loyal. Huh?
State mate, Sheripa. Very simple. 2 extraordinary power playing units. Which power playing unit is going to be better today in terms of bowling?
Bumrah tilts the balance.
Okay.
Simple.
Right.
One line over.
We haven't seen 200 for a while, but we are at the Wankhede. It's one of our 6 hitting centrals. Are we getting a 200 plus total?
Yeah, one of the team will score 200.
Which one? It's been incredible with our incredible starcast, but it's the clash that we've been waiting for. Rohit versus Virat, MI versus RCB. Let's get you the top stories dominating everybody's minds.
You are Nostradamus's cousins.
That's Trent Bolt. There's Deepak Chahar. Yet, with having Bolt and Deepak Chahar, Mumbai Indians have not been that incisive in the power play. The return of Jasprit Bumrah. Robbie, how does that change things around for them? Those 4 overs of gold dust that you get from Bumrah, how do you spread them around?
I think right at the top, you want to get him into the game as quickly as possible. So I'd say Trent Bolt, start with Jasprit Bumrah. You get the 1 over off, and then if he's able to pick a wicket there, it's going to be a big confidence boost for him as well, because he's coming back after 3 months of not playing any cricket. So you want him to be amongst the wickets as quickly as possible, so that he starts feeling good about himself as soon as he comes back. Because the more he feels good about himself and his game, the better for Mumbai Indians.
Water, so much of it is on that first 6, because that's where Mumbai Indians need to be incisive. That's where RCB have.
Bumrah, when the ball's not swinging, just to be able to get the best out of Deepak Chahar and Trent Bolt, who haven't been able to find their groove yet. And that's been one of the reasons. They haven't been able to penetrate with that new ball, which has meant that
under a little bit of the spotlight. They've tried a couple of different players at number 3 as well. What's right against RCB in this encounter? What makes sense to you as a top 4, let's say, for Mumbai? Expect to see maximums. What's in it for the bowlers? Let's find out. Put a total on the board here. This is Wankhede, but this is a place where you can utilize the fact that a shorter boundaries, you can get plenty of those maximums. I like Boto's little chuckle towards the end there.
He's going to be very warm, which is a great thing.
He's warmed up all right.
It was all about, we had said, Virat Kohli is made for these sort of occasion in terms of that it's a big match. One of the fastest half centuries we see.
You know what, let's assess. Let's take it a little slow, but once the fast bowlers came back on, Patidar and Virat got runs going again.
Water, Patidar, the captain's blade, has done some serious talking.
He is so good. To be able to see him in the last 12 months, the last IPL, what he did then was just something we haven't really seen consistently anyway. To be able to come in the middle overs and His explosion really got them up to that 221.
It's put Mumbai Indians in a situation where they have to complete a record chase at home here, which actually, more than the openers, let's just talk about Suryakumar Yadav, because you actually want him to bat a little higher. He's back to some form. Is he the vital cog in this chase?
Oh, he absolutely is the vital cog in this chase. And him, I think,
the narrative when it comes to their own history as well. They are rewriting the narrative when it comes to their own history. Breach the Chepauk after 17 years, breach the Wankhede after a decade. And actually, you could say, Robbie, I mean, quite a bit of a thriller towards the end there, because it was quite possible. So many different elements. None of us actually came in to get ready to studio until like the last over. We're always here like 3 overs before.
Yeah, at the end of the 18th over, like the predictor said 50-50. And the fact that it actually said that from the situation that Mumbai Indians were in is incredible. They batted out of their skins to come back even to that point. If they had pulled this match off, it would have been a serious dent in confidence for the RCB side. But because RCB have done everything right. They've won 35 overs of the game, for the most part. And then the last 5 overs, and that can happen to you in T20 cricket. And those kind of defeats can be deflating. But you're right. I think RCB are on a mission here. They're actually changing some things and rewriting history in a sense.
That 89-run partnership between Tilak and Hardik. Have a look at this, because Water loves the numbers so much. When he will just push them as soon as...
Didn't have to defend maybe 15, which would have been very, very difficult. So Josh Hazlewood, his first 2 overs were absolutely spot on. And the last one, when his team needed the most...
possible at that stage. What
absolutely. And you're just one hit away, and like the Hardik Pandya. And so you know that he's got a game plan in his head, and then he's following through with that. And I think a lot of conversations with Virat as well, and you can see a lot of animated conversations with DK as well, with Andy Flower as well. So I think they're working really well as a unit, and I think he's taking the onus on himself, and he's kind of leading the team how he wants to lead it, which I think is beautiful. It's going to be very intimidating to be able to do that for a youngster with the likes of a Virat Kohli there, or, you know, you're always going to be a little nervy, a little anxious, but he's just done so well.
And what it makes it interesting, because since he has that reputation, opposition teams are always, okay, we'll take the spin off, we'll bring the pacers on, but then he's improved the game against pace. So it makes it a little challenging as a bowling unit then.
It really does. Rajat Patidar, he gave himself an over against Hardik Pandya to see what he was doing, and then that next over, he absolutely launched it, just hit him to all parts.
Again, against the spinners, we're seeing the employment of the sweep quite often and not. So he's also just batting at a different template now.
They get and the tallest score that they can get to.
I mean, fastest half-century from him in the IPL since 2018, so that speaks a lot about impetus. One of the things he's always strong is, Water, as you know, because you've also batted together, is those partnerships. Stringing along partners we were really anticipating was Virat Kohli up against Jasprit Bumrah. How exciting was that to see these two iconic players go head-to-head from that perspective? And, you know, we've seen aggression in the past. We saw aggression at the welcome back from 93 days to number 93.
Yeah, we did.
Check back on the batting order once again. You know, a top order partnership is again coming.
Are they the ones that we want at the top of the order? Because Rohit's struggling a little bit at the moment. Look, he was definitely more proactive tonight, which is what you want to see from Rohit. But yeah, you can see Rickleton and also Will Jacks. They're just.
It was a 8 overs. To come back from there to lose by just 12 runs. Oh man, that's a feat in itself.
When you looked at the innings progression, I mean, they were pretty much match on. Makes you wonder, what more can Hardik Pandya do in terms of, you know, around he's got a 5-wicket haul in the previous, well, the freight train, I like that. Good analogy there. What are the other positives, not just Hardik Pandya as well, but yes, the return of Jasprit Bumrah. I mean, literally gave nothing away, and that is something that to build forward to for the coming encounters.
Campa, fizzy.
His wrist towards the first slip right at the end as it's coming out of his hand. I don't know how he does that, and then the ball just like from there, just as it reaches you, it starts going away. And you're like, what is this ball doing? But that's the kind of bowler that he is. He's just brilliant.
I like that expression.
He's so good. Everything that Rob's described there, he's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Just the skills that he's got. It's so difficult to be able to have all of those weapons and then being able to execute those weapons on cue as well. And he does it every single time. Being out and not go about his work.
He really does have weapons in the armory, firing on all cylinders. In terms of animations, expressions, and how much it meant for RCB to come to the Wankhede here and pick up a victory after a decade of waiting, you can see it all reflected in Virat Kohli's face.
The personnel for it. They have the bowling for it, the disciplined bowling for it. Yes, they're slightly thin on the spin bowling, but if they have Suyash and Krunal doing the job that they do, and like they did today on a track like today, if Suyash can pull that off, what he did in the first 3 overs consistently.
Each other tomorrow as well. It's a day game. Robbie knows Kolkata well. How much?
At 12 balls, at this point in time, he's coming when there's 2 overs to go. At best, he's going to bat 6 or 8 balls, and you need a lot more than that from an Andre Russell. You got to acknowledge the fact that he's actually getting older. So he's going to take a little bit more time to get warmed up and go from the first ball. Because he's trying to go from the first ball, but he's missing.
On Rishabh Pant to be able to see that. So that's the first game. We begin our coverage at 2:30. 6:30 is when we begin our coverage for the second game. And then, of course, all eyes on Chennai Super Kings. So quite a bit for CSK to think of before they go into that matchup, before they go into that den.
Yeah, CSK, they've got a few holes to be able to plug, and they just need some momentum, but it's...
No, you'll be right here.
We'll be right here with you.
You'll be right here doing the special feed. Thank you so much for joining us today on our coverage, and thank you to you as well. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night for now.